Hey Eurovision fans, it's time for another Eurovision news update. Today's top stories are Romania going to be out of Eurovision 2024. It's all hanging in the balance right now. We're going to talk about what could potentially happen. I've got a lot of participant news for you about who could be representing their country in 2024, including some exciting news about a potential candidate for Ireland. And we have some potentially exciting news about Monaco maybe coming back and a lot more. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst, and on this channel you can find Eurovision stats, analysis, reactions, and in the case of today, all the latest news. So I have trekked through the trash of social media to bring you all of the juiciest and most recent Eurovision stories. And we're going to start today with Romania. So this is a post from Twitter from ESC Discord, and they're quoting Romanian newspaper who are talking about Romania potentially pulling out. So in case you don't know, the deadline for countries to submit their participation for next year is September 15th. So this is something that is urgently going on right now. TVR, the Romanian broadcaster, is currently in the process of deciding whether or not to go next year. In this article, it was said that Romania is out of funds, interest is kind of low, and also due to the bad results, they're thinking about withdrawing. Now, a couple of hours after that story dropped, we had a statement from the Eurovision Romania community saying, today, news from a Romania media outlet reported Romania's Eurovision Song Contest 2024 withdrawal due to the lack of funds. However, in the way we see things happening, this is really not the case. After fact-checking some reliable sources and putting them in contrast with the one that announced the news presented today, we can report that we believe the information provided in the source is false. According to our research, we believe Romania is likely to take part in the Eurovision Song Contest in Sweden next year. It is unknown in which way the Romanian entry will be chosen, as there are some options that the broadcaster considering at the moment. The official announcement of Romania's presence or absence in the contest will probably be made during the participation country's reveal. So it sounds like there really is like a bit of a struggle going on right now. Are they going to participate or not? I get the sense that it is not a decision that has actually been made. They're kind of like scrambling last minute to see, is it viable for them to continue? I already did a video covering Romania before. I'll very quickly summarize the situation. TVR is the public broadcaster in Romania. It's not a very popular channel. It's not like the BBC in the UK. They don't have very many viewers, and Eurovision is actually one of the very few things that they show that does get an audience. On the flip side, we have a private broadcaster in Romania called ProTV, which is one of the most popular channels. They do X Factor and The Voice and those type of like big singing shows, so they would be really good for hosting a national final because they have that experience of hosting singing competitions. Unfortunately, because they're a private broadcaster, they are not eligible to join the EBU. So although there's a universe where TVR bowing out would give ProTV the opportunity to come forward, that can happen because ProTV is a private broadcaster. So we're stuck with a situation where it's TVR or nothing right now. So look, what do I think about this? Yeah, like obviously I want Romania in, but I also think that TVR's management of the situation is just a real mess right now. 400,000 euro for the show that they put on this year wasn't very spectacular. I already went through in that episode all the various problems that they encountered. Romania is 37th out of 43 in the last 5 years, so they really are on a massive downward trajectory right now. So, look, I want them in, but them being in doesn't solve the various issues. So I wouldn't mind if they took a break if that's what's necessary for them to kind of get their shit together and come back even stronger. What I don't want is Romania to pull out and never come back again. That would be a disaster. I definitely think there needs to be a revamp of the system that they're using, because Romania need to get back to having good results, because that's what's going to bring back the public interest. Nobody wants to see their country going to Eurovision, spending 400,000 euro and then getting 0 points. Right now things are so messy, they need someone to come in and just clean it all up. So while we might potentially be losing Romania, we may be getting back Monaco. So Monaco's new broadcaster has launched. It's called TV Monaco, which is a very imaginative name, and they are part of the EBU, so they are eligible to be in Eurovision 2024 if they want to be. Everything's ready, they just need to apply and they're in. So Monaco haven't been in the contest since 2006. They left in 1979, came back for 3 years from 2004 until 2006. Didn't qualify any of those 3 times, but that was when the semi-finals were really difficult because they had one big, massive semi-final. It was kind of messy. That period was a bit of the dark ages for me in Eurovision. But they have won before. They won in 1971. So look, again, you know what I think about small countries. I'm totally happy with them coming back if they have a strategy and they've got a decent entry or a system in place. If they're coming back just to make up the numbers, it doesn't make sense. You know, Monaco has a little bit of a reputation for, you know, maybe having a little bit more money than other people. So them coming in could potentially make it a little bit cheaper for other countries to come in. There's multiple advantages to them potentially coming back. And we might already have a representative from Monaco, and that is Charles Leclerc, who came second in the Formula One championship last year. He's a Formula One racer from Monaco, and he says he is ready for a return from Monaco. And we even have footage of him performing in Liverpool. He managed to somehow get on the stage and give us this beautiful rendition.
Me like you do, la la, like you do, la la, love me like you do.
That's clearly a televote winner if ever I saw one. So Monaco coming for that win, and it's going to be Monaco 2025. But yeah, I think it would be fun if they came back. I would be interested to see what they would bring. And the other thing is, it's going to be cheap for Eurovision fans because all you have to do is take your Poland flag and turn it upside down, and you can support 2 countries at once. So Eurovision fans saving a lot of money buying flags off Amazon. Hey, we'll take any savings we can get. Eurovision is so expensive these days. And our final participation news for adult Eurovision is about Slovakia. We knew that they were potentially thinking about coming back in 2025, but we've got something a little bit more concrete now. The Director General of RTVS, their national broadcaster, Mr. Mashaj, sorry for ruining your name, has said, "We are indeed one of the few countries that does not broadcast Eurovision. Finances are very demanding and so is preparation. In 24, we will declare that in another year, if everything goes without problems, we will enter Eurovision." We received relatively good offers for entry. It wasn't something that would put us off, but it wasn't small money either. So those good offers for entry, I presume, are the EBU contacting them saying this is how much it will cost for participation. This is another quote. "We also have to decide in what form we will select the Slovak participant. In 2011, Miro Smajda," they love a J, don't they, "represented us, saying that he came on television with a proposal that he would cover the costs because he had sponsors behind him. Eurovision is a pan-European affair and Slovakia should also be represented in it." Oh my god, yes, that is exactly what I've been saying. Slovakia, put yourself on the map, please, outside of women's tennis, where you're extremely strong. This is really encouraging for me because this is more than just words. These are like actual actions. He's describing like they've got a quote on how much it will cost. They're thinking about the selection process. So these are the type of steps that someone who are very serious about coming back will do. So I'm really excited that Slovakia will come back in 2025. It would be nice also for Czechia to get some points. I presume Slovakia would give Czechia some good points. Maybe that's how Czechia get their first win. Slovakia come back, give them 24 points. We get our first Czech win, which would be very deserved, by the way. And I would love to see what Slovakia would bring. I don't know that much about their music scene. I don't know what to expect from them. Would they kind of be like really outside of the box like Czechia would be, or would they send something a little bit more like Hungary? Who knows? It would be so interesting to find out more about their culture and learn more about Slovakia. And finally, we have some participation news for Junior Eurovision. So we have 16 countries confirmed for Junior Eurovision in Nice at the end of November, and Estonia will be making their debut. So this is really cool. I love that Estonia are joining. It's a really, really gorgeous language, and it's always fun to see a new country participating. Can they get their first win on their debut? That would be pretty impressive. This Junior Eurovision is going to be very interesting because we have all 5 of the big 5 countries participating. Nice way for the big 5 countries to get a top 16 finish guaranteed, especially for Germany and the UK. I would love if they got top 10s as well. Even though it's only of 16 countries, I still think a top 10 is a top 10, girl. That's just the way it goes. And of course, I'm going to be covering all of Junior Eurovision this year, so make sure that you are subscribed, and I'm going to be on the ground in Nice covering the contest as well. So I'll be bringing you all the local news as it happens. Okay, so with all of that in mind, let's just get a quick look at the updated participation board. No new confirmations since last time. We're still sitting at 28 in the not confirmed section. Still nothing about Australia. I don't know. I feel like these type of decisions are being made as we speak. Can they find someone to fund their entry for Eurovision 2024? Fingers crossed that they can. Bulgaria, somebody actually contacted the Bulgarian team on Twitter and said, "Are you coming?" And they were like, "No." But then again, they could be lying. They could be maybe that they want to keep things quiet. They want it to be a big surprise. Obviously, if they were planning a big surprise, they're hardly just going to tell some random person on Twitter and then kill the whole thing. So it's probably 99% no, but who knows. We still haven't had a definite no yet from Turkey. That's obviously a big outsider, but no is a maybe. At this point in time, still no news yet from Montenegro. North Macedonia are going to be in Junior Eurovision this year, but I've heard that they're still not sure about Adult Eurovision. It's obviously a lot more expensive. Okay, now let's go look at some news about potential participants for next year. And the first story is about Ireland, and this got me really excited. It's about Erica Cody, who is an Irish artist. ESC Connor, who is one half of the Eurovision podcast, DM'd me this story about an article that she did in VIP.ie, and here are some of the quotes from the interview. She said, "I have some big plans and I'm hoping they're going to be Eurovision based. I'm interested in doing it and I have the song. I've been approached to do it a couple of years ago and it was one of the things where I said, never say never, but the timing just had to be right. Now I feel like I'm in a place in my life where it's something I could do and do well, and hopefully do Ireland proud and give them something international." This is all music to my ears. I am loving these quotes. I was on the jury this year, and after seeing how everything is put together and being part of it in this way, I was like, oh, this is a bit of me. So yeah, she's ticking all my boxes with these quotes right now. And I like that she's been on the jury as well. So she's seen what's there. She's probably like, I think I could do that as well. She's probably seen that Ireland didn't do so well and she wants to represent. I love it. Another quote, "I have it all mapped out. I have the choreography down. I have the creative direction. It's going to be production. I don't do things in half. Go big or go home. I need to change my knickers." I'm just thinking Chanel. I'm thinking she's going to go for something with Chanel. And funnily enough, she actually was the runner-up in Dancing in the Stars in Ireland. So she is able to dance. So yeah, this is really exciting. Now, look, I talked about in my top 24 video about how Netherlands, who have been amazing in recent years, they have so many big artists putting their name forward, and Ireland and the UK are still kind of behind on that aspect. So I love seeing these type of quotes coming from established artists like Erica, and also I spoke in the past about Roisin. This just gives me hope for Ireland. I think this is the way that we move forward, is that more and more people are like, yeah, this is a great platform. They want to show themselves off and they want to represent the country with a bit of pride. Now, of course, I still think the most important thing is the song. I don't think anybody should be given a free pass just on the basis of their name. We already learned last year with Wild Youth that does not work. We need to make sure that if it does come to a national final, that it needs to be more fair. I felt like the system was a little bit skewed towards Wild Youth last year, where there was no limit on voting. So Wild Youth fans were able to vote for them 150, 200, 1 billion times if they wanted. There should be a cap on voting. If it turns out this song, which she's already written, she's already produced, is really great, this is going to be really, really exciting, and I have no problem with them internally selecting her if the song is strong enough and they already have a concept and they've got a dance routine and they've got a big energy about it. I love her style. She looks really fashionable. She's got this really cool look to her. It would be really cool to have someone non-white represent us, because I don't think we've ever had that before. It would show off a little bit of the diversity that we have in the countries. And like, worst case scenario, if you're going to non-qualify, I'd rather non-qualify with an epic girl bop than I would with some camel toe. And Erica actually replied to Connor's tweet saying, "Mainstream anthem, it's ready for the clubs, battery emoji." Love it. We also have a participation rumours for Ovi from Romania. So you may remember him coming third in 2009 with Paula Selling, and then he also came 12th in 2014 with her again. He said that he's writing a song. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily that it's for him. It could be for someone else. As I said earlier on in the episode, we don't even know if Romania is going to be there. But theoretically, if Ovi writes a song and says, I want to submit this, maybe Romania might just internally select him, and that might help with some of the finances. And Scandipop are reporting that Anders Bagge is also writing a song. So you may know Anders for coming runner-up in 2022 with his Disney princess song, which I have to admit I wasn't a massive fan of, but I have liked some of the songs that he's written in the past. He wrote Drip Drop for Azerbaijan in 2010, which came 5th, but it was actually the favourite to win, and then it got drawn first in the running order, and then that just kind of killed it. And he also wrote When the Music Dies, which came 4th for Azerbaijan in 2012 when they were hosting. So he definitely can write a song. So interesting if he comes back. Again, is he writing for himself or is he going to be writing for somebody else? I think he said after 2022 that he never wanted to do it again. He was very happy coming second because it was the best result you could get without winning. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, so maybe he's writing for somebody else. And another participation rumor is for Cyprus. So they've announced that they're going to tell us their representative for this year this week, and I'm recording this on Sunday, so they need to hurry up because there's only one day left in the week. And the rumors going around are that it is going to be Silias Kapsis, who is a 16-year-old from Australia. So even if we lose Australia this year, it seems that Australia has actually conquered Cyprus, because this would be the second year in a row that we would have an Aussie Cypriot artist representing. And if she was to be announced, she would be joining Mustii, who's already been announced for Belgium. I did a little bit of research on him to find out what is he about. So he's a 32-year-old from Brussels. His real name is Thomas Mustin, and he studied theatre in Wallonia. So he is academically trained in theatre. He appeared in various theatre shows, also television shows and films, so he's got acting experience. He knows his way around a stage as well. And he's also apparently a permanent judge on Drag Race Belgium Season 1. He knows how to read a bitch as well. He's had 2 albums, 21st Century Boy, which went 5th in the Belgian charts in 2018, and It's Happening Now, which was 4th in the Belgian charts in 2022. So cool that they're picking someone who's kind of established, already had 2 top 5 albums in the last 5 years. He is signed with Warner Music Belgium, which I have to admit I wasn't exactly ecstatic to find out about. Warner are so aggressive with copyright, it is going to be an absolute nightmare for me to do my reaction to a song. I don't know, I'll worry about that when it comes to their copyright monsters. On the plus side, we should hopefully get quite a cool music video, because we're going to have that big record company support. So what's my reaction to this? I'm pretty excited. I love that he's got that theatre background. We know that he can sing as well, he can act, so I'm expecting something really dramatic. I'm pretty sure he said the song was going to be something dark pop, so immediately I have to admit it made me think of Loïc Noite from 2015, who we know came 4th with a really cool, edgy, different performance. I'm guessing that Mustii is he's gonna bring his own flavor as well, but I am hoping for something as cool and epic and weird as Loïc brought. And this is our second LGBT plus contestant in a row from Belgium after Gustav last year. So can Mustii match or do better than Gustav's 7th place and get Belgium their 2nd win? And if you are Belgium or Belgian affiliated and you know of Mustii, leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what you think of him, what you think of his music, how you think he's going to do. Are you happy with this decision? So that's all the participant gossip. I've got a little bit of quick news to finish off the episode. First of all, there's a new podcast going around. It's Maxi Rainbow and Renata from eSpot. I actually met Renata when I was in Liverpool. She's really cool, and they've got a new podcast just kind of like discussing their experiences of Eurovision. They've had 2 episodes so far. I enjoyed both of them, so go check that out if you've got a bit of PED and you want to fill the time until we get to December. Their last episode was talking about their experiences from Liverpool. Let me know if you would like to see an episode from me where I talk about my experiences in Eurovision. 6, 7, 8, 9. I've been to 5 Eurovisions in total. Yeah, I've got like lots of different experiences. So let me know, is that a video that you'd be interested in? Drop a comment. I like this tweet from Pete Turton, who's someone I follow on Twitter. He went down a rabbit hole with UEFA football rules and found out that they have limits on accommodation prices for host cities. And he was talking about, should this be something that Eurovision does as well? Now, there's a little bit of a difference here, because with UEFA, I think different cities bid to be the host of the final, of the semi-final, etc. Whereas with Eurovision, you're a little bit more limited in who's eligible. Like really this year, we kind of only had one choice, it was Malmo. So I think that there might be a slight power dynamic there where you probably can't ask as much of the host city. UEFA can probably say, okay, well, if you don't have affordable accommodation, we're just going to pick the other person. Whereas I don't know if the EBU can do that with Eurovision host cities, but it would be something really, really cool, because accommodation is just gone crazy the last couple of years. We hear so many instances of people booking accommodation in the host city, and then their Airbnb host contacts them, says they need to cancel because they want to jack up the price 2-3 times. My hotel in Kiev in 2017 did that to me, and it's really stressful when it happens. So I would love to see the EBU like help us out a little bit, set some limits on people so that we don't get absolutely gouged for accommodation prices. And finally, last quick news, BBC have confirmed that they are going to continue showing the semi-finals on BBC One next year. So that's a really good sign, showing that they are prioritizing Eurovision. They're on a good streak now, Sam Ryder coming 2nd and then hosting a really amazing contest pretty much everybody was very happy with. So I'm hoping they can continue this momentum now. 2024 is going to be a really important year for the UK in Eurovision. I think this is a real make it or break it year for them. So I'm glad to see that the BBC is prioritizing Eurovision and keeping it on BBC One. Okay, so that's the end for all of the news that's currently going on in the Eurovision world. Make sure you leave a comment telling me your thoughts. Thank you to all of my beautiful Patreons who support me and keep me sustained and keep me alive and keep the channel going. I appreciate you guys all so much. If you would like to become a Patreon, I will leave a link in the pinned comment. No new donations on Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal, but you can support the channel there as well if you would like. But as always, thank you so much just for watching and liking and leaving a comment. You don't have to do all that. You can just do whichever parts that you like. If you like this video and you want to watch some more, I'll leave a couple of them for you in the end screen. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision news video very soon. Goodbye.